Okay, I'm going.
Okay,
Yeah,
so welcome
I'm.
to the PASSPORTal Global Connections. It's session number 8, I guess. And we are very happy to meet Tanzania and get to know everything that you're going to show us. Okay,
Uh,
so with no
Thank
further
you.
ado, the
Thank you
floor
so much.
yours.
I'm going. I'm going to share my screen now.
Yes, feel free to start.
Sure.
We can see your screen.
Can you see my screen then? Yeah. Just a minute, please, before I do this. And then, okay, I'm going to share from that angle now. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So today I'm going to talk about Kilimanjaro mountain and Tanzania at large. But let me start by introducing myself. Yeah, my name is Godwin Kaya, and I hold a Master of Arts in Community Development, and I'm also a Fulbright alumnus from the University of Massachusetts Lowell, Boston. And here is where we met. I met Lorraine physically, although we were friends on Facebook for quite a long time. But I had a privilege to see her and her husband when I went there last year. And I've been teaching English since 2007 in different schools, from secondary school to university. And I'm also executive director of a consultants company called Educo Company Limited, and director of North Tanzania Tour Company, where I work with now, and a project manager. I've been teaching English in different colleges and universities in Tanzania and in South Sudan as well. So that is briefly what I can say about myself. So probably let me take you briefly on Tanzania, give you a short history about Tanzania. Tanzania is not Tanzania is a union of two countries. It was formerly called Tanganyika, and Tanganyika got her independence in 1961 from Britain. And in 1964, it joined with the Zanzibar Island to form Tanzania. So Tanzania was formed officially in 1964 through the union of Tanganyika and the Zanzibar. And from there, they initiated Dodoma as a capital city, while Dar es Salaam, which is a famous city in Tanzania, as a business center with a population of over 1 million people in that center. Tanzania, we normally use Swahili as the main language, but we have over 125 different ethnic groups. So if I were to say it in a simple language, we speak over 125 different languages, but we are united by Swahili language. That is a national language. And that is also a language we normally use in different business activities in Tanzania. Although we have English as a medium of instruction in English in schools. If I speak something to do with schooling in Tanzania, our school system is typically a British school system, where we have 7 years in primary schools, we have 4 years in lower secondary school, we have 2 years in upper secondary schools, and we have 3 or 4 or 5 years in university. And normally in public schools, we are taught in Swahili, and after 7 years, we switch in English. And the Tanzania currently, by 2021 estimation, we had over 49 million people, 678,000. Although we are expecting to go for our census this October. So that is briefly about Tanzania generally. But whenever you feel like you have a question, you can stop me and ask the question. No problem about that. Tanzania has a lot of attractions. Is one of the countries which is found in Africa, specifically in East Africa, bordered the Indian Ocean, and we have a number of attractions. Number one, called the Serengeti National Park, where we have a great wildlife migration. We have Mount Kilimanjaro, we have Ngorongoro Crater, we have Olduvai Gorge, and when we mention Olduvai Gorge, this was discovered by Dr. Leek, and it is popular for human evolution. We have Zanzibar beaches. These are wonderful beaches for whoever wants to go for the holiday. We have Tarangire National Parks. We have Lake Manyara. We have Selous Game Reserve. We have Ruaha National Park. We have Mount Meru. We have different minerals, including Tanzanite. And the Tanzanite is one of the most precious gems found in Tanzania, only in Tanzania. If you hear precious Tanzanite being sold in any country in this world, the source is from Tanzania.
May I ask,
Now, sure.
may I interrupt you? So, sorry. Why is there this crater? Ngorongoro crater. What happened to have this crater there?
Okay, it is created because once upon the time there was a volcano, and when it erupted, it just sank and it went down. So it remained like a hole. So if you have to go, you have to get in there, you have to go down into the crater.
Yes, but what hit the place, that place to cause the crater? The crater.
It was a natural eruption, a volcano eruption. Yeah,
Ok. Thank you.
yeah.
Foi uma erupção natural, ou não sei o que causou depois aquela cratera. Se calhar era vulcão, qualquer coisa. Ok, ok.
Okay. Can I proceed?
Eu já tinha ouvido falar do Serengeti Park, o Monte Kilimanjaro e depois estas coisas todas que o professor falou por aqui abaixo, que nós não conhecemos, não é? São locais. I am telling them about all these beautiful places that they need to look on the internet to learn.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. And one thing Tanzania is famous for is also a Maasai culture, and I'm going to share you a bit about it.
A cultura daquele povo. Olha que lindos, olha, estás a ver?
And this is one of the Maasai culture, the dancing, and let us watch the dancing now.
Epá, eles saltam. They jump so high.
Yes. And
Does the movie have sound?
it has sound. I don't know whether you cannot hear it.
Before sharing the screen, you need to tick a little box at the bottom.
Okay.
So if you want to unshare the screen and share again, so we can hear the music or the sound.
Okay.
So when sharing, you need to stop the screen.
Okay.
Tem som, percebem? Eu estava a suspeitar que sim. Que ele tem de escolher, tem lá um quando
Yes.
seleciona.
Share the sound. Perfect.
Ok, vamos ver então o filme. A conversa não se.
Okay.
Agora o vídeo não está.
Probably. Let me stop again and try to share again the video. Can you hear the sound now? Could you hear the sound?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay, so that is one of the dances, and this is how they normally put on with the sticks, with a big knife, with all these decorations, and these are some of the women how they wear, and
Olha que lindo.
in order to decorate themselves.
The costumes of the women are amazing.
Oh, wonderful. And here is how men normally put on and they plait their hair. And here you can see what you see they are holding. These are the weapons for the war in case this community is invaded by the enemy. You can see the horn here held by the far lefty end person. This is to make a trumpet that there is a danger in the community. You see the spear is to defend or fight against the enemy, and you see the shield is to defend themselves.
Aquilo é uma espécie de escudo para eles se defenderem. E aquele primeiro traz um corno lá de um bicharoco qualquer. Não sei exatamente qual.
Yeah.
What is
And
the shield? The shields are made of what?
oh, that is a cow skin.
Ah, é pele de.
Yeah.
Ok.
Okay. And the Maasai normally live in a boma, and that is the place they normally live, and they are allowed to marry up to four wives, and even more than four, depending on the capability financially. And when we talk of the financial capability of the Maasai, we are talking of the ownership of cows and the goats, those domestic animals, and normally they graze, they don't feed them in house. So these are part of the houses they normally live in. And we had one of the Maasai, he had a number of wives and a number of children. So he decided to build his own school, and the government supplied teachers to teach his own kids.
Vivem naquelas cabaninhas feitas, cobertas com colmo.
Okay. And now here I'm talking a bit about the Serengeti. This is how okay, Serengeti means an endless plain. That means it is an endless plain. You cannot see the end because it is so big, and it is also connected to Masai Mara in Kenya. But when you are there, you can have a wonderful view with a sunrise in the morning. And here you can see a cheetah just enjoying the environment and enjoying the meal on the tree as well. Probably this is lunch. And here, this is one of our guided driver in the Serengeti, and the monkey is here greeting the monkey.
Is it a monkey, a baboon? What's the name of the animal? Do you know?
Yeah, it's baboon.
Baboon. É um babuíno.
Uh,
Tipo macaquinho também, percebes? Há várias espécies. E eles são muito então andam lá por cima das caminhas, dos jipes, para, pronto, ver se chove alguma comidinha, algumas bananas, alguma coisa, e interagir com as pessoas. E os senhores já são, devem ser, já quase já os conhecem, não é?
so I think he wanted this banana here, so he had to greet the guy, the driver first before he was given the banana.
I was telling that to my students that probably he wants the banana.
Exactly. So yeah, and this is how the Serengeti looks like with the millions of the wild beasts.
Those animals, what are they?
Wild beast.
I don't know the name in Portuguese.
Okay.
Não são renas, as renas não é aqui, as renas é no norte.
And here you can even spot a cheetah with the cubs just enjoying the environment slowly. I think I think he was posing for the picture.
Yeah, they love the
The carbs. Now, probably let me tell you something a bit about the Serengeti. Serengeti is one of the wonders of the world because of the wild beast migration. They normally migrate from Serengeti to Masai Mara, Kenya, and they normally cross the big river, which is called the Mara River. This is a very big river. And the uniqueness of this wild beast, they will always go through where their leader has shown the way. They will not violate the way. And I'm going to show you, there are millions of them waiting for the leader to pave the way. And the leader is going to do it now. Just see a watch. That is the leader. Okay, so the leader has shown the way. Yeah. So they will all go through where the leader has gone. You can imagine how many they are.
Oh, they're going down now. Down and then up.
So you can see that they all have to go through the same. But mind you, the river is full of crocodiles.
Ai, o risco
So
vai deles.
Eles têm uma farra de
Se eles forem juntos, na minha opinião, as probabilidades de serem apanhados são menores, não é? Certo? Por isso é que.
Por isso é que eu não estou a correr.
Exatamente, vão ali todos em. So I was telling them that probably they crossed in a big group because that way probably the chances of being caught by the crocodile are smaller.
no, the chances are too big, and many of them are just eaten as they cross. It's only that they never go back.
Parece que não.
So let me proceed a bit. Now I'm here with Mount Kilimanjaro. When you summit to the Kilimanjaro, this is what you'll find there. And I will show you what happened a day to yesterday. We had one of our clients who went up and made it to the summit. And today I went to receive him from the gate, and I will show you some few of the pictures in my slides as well. So when talking of the Kilimanjaro, when you go to the gate, this is what you will see. They have this wonderful portrait of the mountain Kilimanjaro. This is the peak, what we call the Uhuru Peak, but known as Kibo, and this is Mawenzi, and the other one is Shira. So Mount Kilimanjaro has three main peaks, but one is taller than the rest. And this is according to the formation of the volcanic activities erupted many years ago. I will show you a bit down here after this. But let me talk a bit. Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest single freestanding equatorial glacier mountain on Earth and the highest in Africa. We normally call it a roof of Africa. When I was in the US, I normally used to tell people, welcome to the land of Kilimanjaro, the roof of Africa. Its height is 5,895 meters above the sea level, or 19,340 feet above the sea level. And the Mount Kilimanjaro is entirely in Tanzania, but bordering Kenya in East Africa. And it's dominant. It's volcanic, but dominant for dormant for now. And the first person ever to go up to the Mount Kilimanjaro was a German person called Hans Meyer and Ludwig Bachelar, but led by a Tanzanian known as Joanna Kinyala Lauo in 1889. And the Kilimanjaro is 85 kilometers from where I live in Arusha. And even today I was there. Now I came back like 1 hour ago. And if you are to come to visit Kilimanjaro, you will come through Kilimanjaro Airport. And this, if you need to trace the locality or geographical position, then you can go through these degrees. So these are some of the specifications you can find. Yeah. And they are saying that it was formed 1 million years ago, starting with the smallest peak known as Shira. 500 years later, 500,000 years, they formed the Mawenzi, second highest peak, and 406,000 years, then there was another eruption which formed the highest peak in Africa called as Kibo, but we call it Uhuru. And why do we call it Uhuru? We call it Uhuru after the independence of Tanzania. Independence in Swahili language is called Uhuru. So this is how it looks like. And I've said that okay, you have something to say?
Yes.
Sure. Hello, Manuela. Yes, Manuela, can I go on?
Yes, so sorry. I was telling them about the
Yeah. Okay, and just a few facts is that the first woman ever to summit Kilimanjaro was Sheila MacDonald from the Scotland on 27th September 1927, and the oldest person ever woman was Anne Lorimo, 89 years and 37 days. And the oldest man to climb Mount Kilimanjaro is Freddie Hosti from Colorado, 88 years. And now the good news about your kids is the youngest person ever to mount to summit to the Uhuru Peak was Montana Kenney from Arizona, and he was only 7 years old. So I think all the class can summit to the top now, because probably you told me they are from 10 and above. And and at least 30,000 people attempted to climb Mount Kilimanjaro a year, and it has different climate zone. We have cultivation zone around the mountain, where people normally cultivate small things, and we have mountain rain. We have also low alpine heritage moraine. We have alpine desert. We have escape zone and Arctic tundra. And these are different zones as you go from Moshi to the top of the mountain. Now, let us see quickly about the flora, vegetation type found in Mount Kilimanjaro. We have about 2,500 identified plant species, 130 trees, harbors the tallest tree in Africa. This one, 170 shrubs, 140 epiphytes, 100 lianas, and 100 ferns. Importance Kilimanjaro is endemic to Kilimanjaro. So these are the, yes.
Vamos ter que ir ver depois ao dicionário. I was telling them that the names of those, I don't know, plants or whatever they are, I don't know
Yeah.
translation in Portuguese, but we'll look for it later.
Sure. And also about the fauna, we have also animals found in the Mount Kilimanjaro. The only good part of it is that they are not on the way as you go on the top of the mountain, because the ways are safe, and we have the national park rangers who are normally make sure that the path to the mountain, the routes are always safe. So we have like 140 mammals, 7 primates, 25 carnivorous, 25 antelope, 24 bats, 179 birds species, and the Masorex zinc is endemic to Kilimanjaro. And we also have like elephant, buffalo, eland, gray darker, white and black calabash monkey, bushback, and tree hyrax. So these are some of the animals and birds you can find on your way to Kilimanjaro, but they are always kept away from the route to the summit. And remember, when you have to go up to the summit, we have 80, we have 7 different ways. We have you can start from the south. For example, today we are at Marangu, and we have Marangu, we have Machame, we have Umbwe. If you decide to go to the top of the mountain from the west, you can use Lemosho route, Shira route, or Northern Circuit. And if you want to go to from the north, you can use Rongai. But the most preferred route is Machame. Almost 50% of all the tourists who go to the top of the mountain, they normally use Machame route. But our client today used the Marangu. And here is the beginning of Marangu route. And this was our client coming from the top of the mountain today. And because he made it to the summit, we gave him a t-shirt written his name at the back. And I was here to host him and congratulate him that he made it to the top. And he made it to the top for 5 good days. Yeah, you can use 5 good days, you can use 60, but the longest way can go up to 10 good days. So here I am, and this is the team. This is our team. This was the day before they started going to the mountain. And the good thing is that in our company, we have a female guide who normally go up to the top of the mountain always, which is quite rare. And what makes us different from other to a company in Tanzania. You can just imagine one person to make it the summit need to have a crew of at least 6 people. The guide is right here, and the rest are porters who will carry the luggages, will carry the food, will carry water, will carry the bags and everything. So this is the team.
Tem percursos mais longos, mais curtos.
Yes, and this again, it was another guest to us from Canada, called Robert, and he used the other route, which is Machame, and here is the summit. Is when they made it to the summit, and they are celebrating that we are on top of it. This is our team, and this is our logo and our company. So you can see how glorious it is when you are at the top of the mountain that you have made it. So when you decide, like coming from Portugal all the way to Tanzania, I will host you and make sure that you make it to the top of the mountain. So thank you so much for listening. That is what I had, and these are my contacts. But now let me allow some questions.
Tem ali, pronto, tem ali uma série de links que nós depois podemos seguir. O professor. Gostaram? Yes. Yeah, they loved it, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Do you have some time for a couple of questions? Because in 5 minutes, more or less, we will have to leave. Do you have some time for some questions?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Who wants to ask a question?
Please, you are one. You are.
So I will mark you so you will be big. Okay. Ok, come on. Anda cá. Deixa eu pôr aqui uma cadeira. Ok, pergunta aqui. Diz olá, professor.
Hello.
Alô, e diz quem és.
Hello.
How are you?
I am Gonçalo.
Gonçalo.
Yes.
Ok.
Okay.
Question?
Welcome.
My question is, what happened to the people that try climb the Mount Kilimanjaro? They what happened to him? To
Podemos.
them?
Please pardon your question.
What happened? O que é que tu queres saber concretamente? Se eles morreram, se foi difícil, o que é que foi feito deles agora? O que é que tu queres saber exatamente?
Se eles morreram.
Ao subir?
Sim.
Então,
Yes.
tenta lá especificar.
I want to know if they died while trying to climb.
Okay, not for example, the statistics shows like something like 3 to 4 people might die in a year. So out of 30,000 people who normally try to summit Mount Kilimanjaro, all 3 incidents might happen from January to December. So the death rate is very, very low and is really controllable.
All right. Thanks.
Estás satisfeito?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bruno,
Welcome.
apresenta-te.
Hello, my name is Bruna, and my question is, what is traditional food of Tanzania?
Yes, please.
What is traditional food of Tanzania?
Wow. In Tanzania, typically we have what we call the steep, we call it in our language, ugali. Can you say with me, ugali? Yes, ugali means the stiff, stiff porridge. You take the maize flour and you just stir it with water, and then you just eat it with different vegetables or soup or sauce. Yeah, but that is generally, and also rice and beans or rice and meat. Those are the two main foods in Tanzania, and the meat as well.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Leonardo, o que é que queres saber? Anda, o que é que queres saber? Vais perguntar já em inglês? A religião? Ok, senta. Diz quem és.
Hello, my name is Leonardo, and
Queres tirar isso um bocadinho para o professor te ver melhor?
I'm a question. What is the religion more practiced in
Tanzania. In Tanzania. Yeah. In Tanzania, it's almost like a Tanzania mainland, what is mainly Christian, and in Zanzibar is typically Muslim. So we can say it is almost 60% Christian and 30 something Islam and the other small religions.
Ok, one more question. Ok, também tens? Anda lá, anda lá.
Hello.
Ok, two more questions.
My name is Rogerio, and my question is there a story behind the costumes you showed?
What? Repeat your question, please.
The traditional clothes of the people, the Masai people that you showed is
Oh,
a story.
traditional Maasai is like the one I have put on. They normally put on something like a blanket like this. They just wrap around and they cover themselves. But mainly they cover the private parts, and the rest are just okay to live for Maasai. But the rest of Tanzania put the way you put on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Warmly welcome.
Hello, my name is Simon.
Um, bocadinho. Ok, come on.
What are the most typical foods there in Tanzania?
Já perguntou. Typical food? A Bruna já perguntou. So, do you have another question?
Yeah.
No?
But
Okay.
I'm happy to repeat the answer that the typical food is stiff porridge and rice with beans or with meat.
Thank you.
Thank you. May we take a picture with you?
Sure,
Yeah?
perfect.
Posso trazer os vossos passaportes, se os tiverem. Se não tiverem, vem à mesa. Toma, caralho. Não se encostem. Oh, Luís. Vá lá. Just a moment. Patrícia, não queres ficar? Vamos lá, que o professor tem que ir embora. Vamos lá, nós também. 2, 1.
Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro!
Kilimanjaro.
Thank you so much. I loved it. Oh, I need to stop.
Sure.